Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the F1 exploration droid. This was designed to be used by scouts on the frontier, acting as a companion and a protector. So the description that we get here, the F1 exploration droid, was one was a 1 meter tall quadrupedal droid with a distinct canine look. The F1 was equipped with two photoreceptors, audio sensors, olf- olfactory sensors, and motion sensor array. The infrared sensors, as well as a communication array that linked to uh, the starship located at the rear of the body. It also had a set of grasping jaws that were specifically designed to hold something without crushing it. However, the droid had limited verbal communication capability and could only emit a narrow range of warning sounds. If I can only speak here this morning. All right. The role. The F1 exploration droid was designed to accompany scouts into the field during their exploration on new planets as a companion and a protector. Using this substantial sensor array, the F1s were intended to alert scouts to any approaching life forms or vehicles that could cause potential harm to their owner. The droid could use their sensors to locate and potentially rescue a scout that was in danger, and use its grasping jaws to lift and drag them out of danger. Now, history wise, we have listed here that the F1 droids were favored by scouts exploring the frontier. The scout Zeb used a pack of F1s during one of his earliest scouting missions. Zeb found that by tasking the droids with perimeter security, the scout could relax and use the time to analyze recon data without the fear of being ambushed by any local beasts. During the Galactic Civil War, Devere Calmer posted in version 4.7.1 of Cybar's droid datalog, recounting a rumor that the bounty hunter Novel Garant, based in the Kinar system, had reprogrammed a half dozen of F1s to serve as a heavily armed bodyguards. The thief Tombot supposedly had a run in with them during a break in. Now, this comes to us from Galaxy Guide 8 Scouts, uh, as well as a few others here. Cybar's Fantastic Technology, Complete Star Wars Encyclopedia, and Unknown Regions. Now, seeing that we're dealing with the F1, there's an F2, which is a upgraded version of this. So we're going to dive right into that one as well. So the F2 exploration droid was a labor droid produced by Cyber Galactica for exploration purposes. So, looking at the characteristics, there's not as much here as what we have on the F1, but the F2 was propelled by four legs and could interact with its environment with a heavy grasping jaw. Within its head was located audio, video, and olfactory sensors, as well as a motion scanner and comlink for communications. The F2 was programmed with dedicated loyalty to its masters, so much so that it was known to perform acts of courage to protect them from danger. Compared to the mule droid, the F2 could not carry as much cargo. However, the lack of the repulsor lift meant it was harder to detect. This made it popular with the Alliance Special Forces for use on their missions. So this comes to us from Rules of Engagement, the Rebel Spec Force Handbook. Uh, so essentially, this is a modified version of the F1. So let's get into our stats and see what we have for our comparison side by side. All right, so looking at the F1 exploration droid. Uh, of course, both of these are from Sci-Fi Galactica. All right, looking at our dexterity is a 2D, so about our galactic standard. Knowledge is a 1D with a survival of 4D. We have mechanical of 2D. Communications is a 2D, which is the same. And then sensors is a 5D. So this really does denote the fact that it does have those difficulties with the communication side. Perception is a 1D with a hide of 2D, sneak of 2D, and search of 3D. We do have a body strength of 1D with a lifting of 2D. Our mechanical skill being a 1D, but our security has been pushed up to a 2D to help protect our users. We do have the four legs for equipment, heavy grasp or jaw designed for holding targets without crushing damage. Our two photoreceptors, human range. We have auditory sensors, human range. Olfactory sensors, motion sensor array with a plus 1D to search for detecting movement at about a 50-meter range. Communications link to ship based computer extending from the rear of the body, and a binary uh, vocoder. Now, this does have a move of 10, so that keeps us on par with all of our standard uh, galactic beings. It is 1 meter tall, with a cost of 2,750 credits. And of course, telling us where we can find all of this, which we've kind of covered here before. Now let's see what we have for our upgraded version that the Rebel Spec Force was using. So we still have the same dexterity at a 2D. Our knowledge is still at 1D, but survival is still at 4D. Mechanical is at 2D, which has not changed. Our communications and sensors are still the same at a 2D and 5D, respectively. Our perception is still at a 1D. Our hide, sneak, and search have been upgraded. Our hide is now a 3D from a 2D. Our sneak is at a 3D from a 2D. And our search, instead of being a 3D, is now at a 4D. Our strength is a 1D, which is the same, but our lifting capabilities has been upgraded from a 2D to a 3D. Our technical is still a 1D, and security is a 2D. Otherwise, we still have the same four legs, same heavy grasper jaw, video, audio, and olfactory sensors are still the same as what we've had. Um, we have a added com link here instead of the communications link to the ship, seeing that they may be working without a ship here. Uh, and story factors, we do have a loyalty. The F2 is loyal, dedicated, and moderately clever, and will often go to extremes to perform its duty to protect a unit member. Otherwise, we have the same move, size. The cost is up to 5,000 credits, and this comes to us from the rules of engagement. So it is a slight upgrade, uh, something that you would really expect more for a, shall I say it, a little bit more of a combat droid than just a exploration droid. Although this would work very well for an upgraded exploration droid to help keep you safe on unknown planets. So it is very fitting. I figured that if we're doing the one, we might as well do the other. Why make a separate video for really just an upgrade to it? So hope you appreciate. I'm not trying to knock out an extra video for essentially the same droid. I don't really see a big reason for that. So with that being said, thank you so very much for visiting me today. It's wonderful having you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.